Hey everyone, welcome! We've got such a heartwarming story for you today. It's got a little bit of magic, and it's called Chintu and the Holy Mango Tree.
But before we jump in, let me ask you something. What if a tree could actually talk to you? You know, that big old tree in your backyard or at the park? What if it could just whisper its secrets, tell you what it needs to be happy? It's a cool idea, right? Well, just hang on to that thought for a minute.
Okay, so let's get into it. Our story kicks off with Chintu's holy wish. And yeah, it's all about this young boy and something he wants more than anything in the world for the big festival of Holi.
So, meet Chintu. He's our hero. He's this really happy kid from a little village not too far from the amazing city of Jaipur. And honestly, he's the heart and soul of this whole story.
Now, Chintu loved two things more than anything. First, mangoes. You know, that sweet, juicy taste. And second, the festival of Holi, with all its colors and joy. For him, you couldn't have one without the other. They were just connected.
And where did he get his favorite fruit? Well, from this incredible, giant old mango tree in his grandmother's yard. But as Holi got closer and closer, Chintu got this feeling that something was off. The tree was, well, it was just too quiet. And that, it turns out, was a huge problem. You see, Chintu knew exactly what this quiet meant. No flowers on the tree now means no mangoes later. And the tree just wasn't blossoming. His heart just sank. I mean, imagine Holi without the promise of those amazing mangoes. It just wouldn't feel right. So, feeling pretty down, Chintu just goes and sits under the tree's silent branches. He has absolutely no idea that this quiet, sad moment is about to change his life. Because that's when it happens. He hears something. A voice coming from the tree itself. He just looks up at these bare branches and makes this simple, honest plea. He talks right to the tree. He says, "Please grow flowers. It is Holi time." You can just feel the hope in his voice, right? A little boy just wishing his favorite tree would get better. And then, something impossible happens. The leaves right above him start to move, but there's no wind, not a breeze. They're just stirring. And out of that total stillness, a soft voice answers him. "I will bloom when I feel happy." Can you even imagine that? The tree is telling him that its flowers, the very thing that makes the mangoes grow, depend on its feelings, on its happiness. So Chintu, he's totally stunned, right? He's looking all around, but he's alone. So he just calls out, "Who said that?" I mean, you can just picture his face, that mix of shock and total confusion.
The answer comes back just as clear as can be. "I did," said the mango tree. Wow, it was real. The tree was actually talking, and it was telling its secret to the one person who cared enough to actually listen.
So once Chintu gets over the initial shock, he asks the tree why it isn't happy. And the tree's answer is actually pretty simple. It says the soil is all dry and its roots are thirsty. It needs water. And it was also worried about the little birds that live in its branches. They needed some care too. And hearing that, it's like a light bulb went off for Chintu. This wasn't just some tree. This was a friend, a living thing with real needs. And in that moment, he made a promise to himself, a promise to nature. He was going to help. And he didn't just talk about it, he actually did it. The very next day, he's out there giving the thirsty tree some water. He cleaned up all the old leaves from around its base, and he even put out a little bowl of water for the birds. Just simple, thoughtful acts of kindness, you know? Okay, so Chintu did his part. Now, all he could do was wait. And this is where things get really exciting. It's the climax of the whole story, and it happens on Holi morning. We're talking about the Holi morning miracle. So the big day finally arrives. You can just imagine it. The air is just buzzing with laughter and people shouting, "Happy Holi!" Kids are running around with all those bright colors. But Chintu, he only has one thing on his mind. He just takes off running straight for that mango tree. And when he gets there, he just stops dead in his tracks. A massive smile just breaks out across his face. Because the tree, it was absolutely covered in these tiny, perfect yellow flowers. Just breathtaking. And right at that moment, a little breeze comes through and rustles the branches. And all these delicate yellow flowers start to fall down all around him. It was like this special, colorful rain just for him. You could tell the tree was celebrating right there with him. He was just so happy. He looks up at the tree and shouts, "Thank you!" And he hears that soft voice one more time, and it says, "Thank you, Chintu." And right there, their friendship, built on just a little bit of care and a lot of listening, was totally sealed.
But that amazing moment, that wasn't even the end of the story. Nope, it was actually just the beginning of the tree's gift back to Chintu. This is what we call nature's sweet reward. And sure enough, just like the flowers promised, that summer, the tree grew the best mangoes anyone in the village had ever tasted. They were just extra sweet, extra juicy. It was like you could taste the tree's happiness in every single bite. And that's when Chintu really truly understood something that he would carry with him forever. When we take care of nature, nature takes care of us right back. It's this amazing, beautiful cycle of kindness, isn't it? And, that really leaves us with a question. Chintu's promise to the tree was so simple. So, what about you? What about me? What's one small, simple promise we can make to nature today? It's definitely something to think about. Thanks so much for listening.